So what are two stocks, right? Two Singapore stocks that are still in my watch list, whereby we might still see a bit more upside and whereby the uptrend still looks intact. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier remisier in Phillip Securities and chief trainer at Trading Impossible, right? So in today's video, I'll just talk about these two stocks, and in fact, we did see some of those good bullish signals coming in on these two stocks, and some of them there were some exits, but I still think that it looks good in terms of the uptrend continuing as long as some of those key support levels are met or are still holding well, right? And the first stock I would like to talk about would be this company called Hong Leong Asia, all right, and the second stock will be this stock called SPH, which I've covered it, in the video I think a few weeks back as well. So these two stocks, Hong Leong Asia and SPH. So we'll kind of like dive into the system to see what it says, and then we look at the chart so that you kind of like have a clearer picture on where we are right now and where we can potentially head to, right? So do stick around all the way to the end of this video because I think you're going to like what I got for you, all right? And that's where you can kind of like, put these stocks in your watch list as well. Okay, so this is Hong Leong Asia, alright, on the 1GT or the one good trend system that I have that kind of like alerted me to this counter in the first place, and also kind of like guides me on when to get in and get out, together with some of my students as well, right? So we did have a few bullish signal coming in somewhere in like December. I'll not go too far, but somewhere around here we had like a bullish signal. Prices started to push up, we got an exit, and that's where it started to consolidate sideways. And just most recently, somewhere around March, on the 12th of March, right here, we saw like a new 1GT bullish signals, like a green arrow pointing up, and that was when it was then trading about 72 cents, 73. We kind of broke this resistance, and the upside really started from 73 all the way to about 95, 94, 95, and that's where we got like a exit right here, right? But what happens is over the past 1 week, right, somewhere on the 23rd of April, right, so 23rd of April, which is like last Friday, all right, last Friday, we had like a new 1GT bullish signal, right? Prices started to break that $1 level, all right, $1 level, and this is where we are currently right now, right? So there are no exits on this most recent 1GT bullish signal. So I'll take a look at this stock, probably do a quick analysis in terms of the chart to see what it says, and if you could also put them in your watch list to kind of ride more upside. I mean, I'm not too sure whether we will be like what we have seen over here, like from that 12th of March, we went from like 73 all the way to like 95, but this is pretty much where we are right now, and it could be the same as March, whereby we might start to push higher all the way to like 110, 120, and that's where we might see an exit signal, right? So let's take a look at the chart right now for Hong Leong Asia to see what it says now that we actually had like a bullish signal recently. Okay, so this is Hong Leong Asia right now at about $1.05 right here. So I mentioned that somewhere around the 12th of March, right here we had like a bullish 1GT signal. Prices started to move up all the way. We got an exit, and then we got like a new bullish signal on the 23rd of April right here on this day, right? So that's where we started to break that $1, and we are still like holding above this $1 new support level over the past 3 days. So that would be the support level right here, all right? And also in terms of the moving averages, you can see that this green line, the 20 days moving average green line, is sloping upwards gently, and prices are holding above this upward sloping green line. So that's a good thing in terms of the short term. Of course, the longer term, we're still looking good. Look at this, right? The red and blue line, they're both sloping upwards very gently, all right, which is a healthy longer term uptrend, all right. And yeah, I mean, we broke this like 90 cents and we broke this $1. So that's a good thing that in terms of the uptrend, we're like consolidating, breaking higher, and pretty much consolidating at a higher level right now. So that would be the upside. So I mentioned we got a bullish signal, there are no exits, so we might actually potentially head towards the $1.10. Let me just draw some upside targets for you from $1 all the way to 110, probably about a 10 cents range, about another 8% upside, and that's where near $1.10 we might actually see a bit of profit taking coming back, right? And yeah, I think if we do break that 110, right, we might even revise our targets higher towards that 120, and then we might even see if there are any exit signal that comes out from that bullish signal that we just saw, right? So right now, no exit. I think Hong Leong Asia is one of those good uptrending counters right now, as long as we hold above this $1 psychological level. So you can put this stock in your watch list, all right, to come see time your entry, maybe for near that $1 level. That's where you can probably time your entry to kind of get in to ride the rebound, all right, and maybe a potential break above that $1.10 level. Yep, so it looks good above $1 for now. Okay, so the next stock I'd like to talk about would be this company called SPH, right? So guys, if you like what you're seeing so far, you like this video, go ahead to give me an early thumbs up. It will definitely help out this channel, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So let's dive into SPH as to what it says on the 1GT system that I had, right? So just about 2 weeks back, I think I talked about SPH as well, all right? And I think we're somewhere around here, started to push up. So we did have like a couple of good bullish entry and exit signal somewhere around like January. I think the beginning of the year we got a bullish entry and exit. That's where it started to move up really fast, right? Somewhere in February, a bullish signal and exit. And yes, I talked about this signal somewhere on the 24th of March, just about a month back. We got this really good bullish signal, and that's where you kind of broke above that 145 resistance, and the upside really started from like 145 all the way to like 190, 180 in just a couple of like 3 weeks to a month. Right, and then what happens was we had like a new 1GT kind of like an arrow pointing down. So this is like an exit signal. It's not a bearish signal, guys. It's like an exit from that previous bullish signal. So we got a bullish entry, now we got like a bullish exit. So entry and exit. So a lot of people have been asking me, hey Joey, now that I know prices have came back down for SPH near that $2 target. So we kind of hit our target at about $2, and that's where you could also take some profit and get out, put some money in your pocket, right? But for those of you that are still holding on, or maybe you have got in somewhere at the low at 130, 140, you're still making money, all right? Probably some of them are asking me, is it still good to hold on to SPH? What's the uptrend? Is it good? I mean, what does your system say and all that, right? So yes, right now on the system we did had an exit, all right, on this sell down. On this day, you can see we did have an exit signal, all right. So if you have not got out near that $2 psychological resistance level, when we see an exit, that's where it can guide you to get out as well. Or when you hit your stop loss, on any of those break below the support, maybe below that 190, 195, you would have got out as well. Alright, but this is SPH. So right now there are no bullish signal, but it might actually come out in the next 1 or 2 days. I'm not too sure. Right? I think if we do see it hold above that support at about 175 to 180. In fact, let me just go ahead to dive into the charts for SPH to see what it says, and let me just do a bit of analysis from the charts directly. Okay, so this is SPH right here on the chart, currently trading at about $1.87, right? So I mentioned about this bullish signal that came out somewhere on the 24th of March. I think right here, just before the rally really started, when it broke that 140, right? Kind of like push up all the way up from 140 to like $2 in a couple of weeks, right? And we kind of headed towards that $2 target, and that's where some selling came back, right? Some heavy profit taking came back. It went all the way to about 175, 170, and buyers started to come back and managed to see a bit of stability coming back again. Right, so even though we had like an exit signal, all right, on the previous bullish, it doesn't mean that it is like not good or it is like selling down all the way back down. No, right? It's just an exit signal on the previous bullish one. So we might actually see a bit of consolidation before potentially a new bullish signal might come out. So let me just go ahead to analyze this stock for you right now. You can see that over the past 2 weeks, right, after selling down from that $2, we managed to see kind of like a good support level coming in at about the 175, right? So 175 level, I think clients were alerted to it as well. 175, I was thinking about 170, but it seems not even 170, 175. There are some good bargain hunting starting to come back. So it was like consolidating from like 175 to that 185 level for about a week plus. So 175 to 185 is about 10 cents range, up, down, kind of like consolidating, potentially reversing back up, right? But today, what happens is we managed to see kind of like a good move above this 185. So 185 would be what I call a temporary resistance level, all right? And if we do go above that 185, which is what is happening right now, right? This is like what is happening right now on the 10:22 a.m. 29 April. This is live, all right? It seems like we're attempting to break that 185 level. So I think, yeah, if we do stay above at the end of the day or maybe tomorrow, all right, we can potentially see a reversal back up towards that $2. Of course, 190 might be a bit of resistance, but if that clears out as well, we can potentially hit back towards that $2 psychological resistance level, which was where we were, all right, just when the heavy selling came in, about 2 weeks back. So we might potentially hit back towards that $2. If not, all right, it might come back down again, back to 175, 185 range, and then we might start to consolidate here again. So far, anything above that 175, I think it still looks good in terms of the trend. All right, we might still see a bit more upside, and yeah, potentially we might even see a new bullish signal that might come out. Right, so this is SPH right here. I think a lot of clients have asked me what is my take on SPH. Is it bearish after the selling down, or is it still good? Is it time to kind of get in again? So I think anything above 175 still looks good, and yeah, we might see a potential reversal. As I say, above 185 now, we might see a potential reversal back towards that $2, right? So this is SPH right here. We had a bullish signal previously on the 24th of March, all right? Exit, no signal right now, all right? But we're looking to see if there are any bullish signal that might come in again. Okay guys, so there we have it. We have pretty much covered two stocks, right? Hong Leong Asia and SPH. We have kind of like dived into the system to take a look at what are some of the bullish signals that we had and if there are any exits. So yeah, then after that we dive into the chart to see what are some of the levels that you can take note of as well to kind of like time your entry, or maybe take note of some of those good support levels. So if it does break down, you might want to plan to get out as well. And also we talk about some of those targets, potential upside target that I revised higher as well, and that's where you can also think about taking profit. So I hope you like this video, and if you want to find out a bit more on like the system that we use, or me and my students use to kind of like alerts us on counters like this. So if you just want to stay focused on a few stocks, not like 100 or 200 stocks, but just that 5 to 10 stocks, maybe less than 10 stocks that you really just want to focus on, and also know when to get in and out. What you can do is to attend one of those free live web class that I'm currently still running, all right? And I'll probably place the link around this video, maybe below this video, all right? And that's where you can register for this free live web class to understand a bit more on this 1GT, all right, the one good trend framework, all right, behind this system, right? And that's where I think it will definitely benefit you, all right? You can kind of like a bit more clarity on how to get in and out of the stock market, right? So thank you so much for watching. Joey here. I look forward to see you in the next video. Take care.